Hello, race fans. Welcome back to the NASCAR Melling Series. Well, today is the last race of what would be the first quarter of the season. It's race 8 of 32. We're back. We were at Bristol. Now we're at another track that's similar in the fact that it's got incredibly high banks, and the similarities end there. Oh yeah, sometimes you get massive accidents. That's the same. The similarities end there. As you can see, we're at possibly the fastest track on the schedule. We are at the Talladega Superspeedway. Today's race is the Hot Topic 300. It's sure to be a good race. Hello, everybody. I'm announcer WesternCaves. I'd like to personally welcome you once again back to the WesternCaves Sports Network. Before we can get started with today's race, we got to take a look at our 40-car grid to see who rolls off and where do they roll off from. Admiral once again with a misaligned hood. That's such an OCD triggering scheme, but he's on the pole along with John Cleese. Then it's Patrick Starr in the net zero colors this week. We'll be starting next to Sammy Hagar, as you can hear the rumble of the engine. Jason Acuna, wee man himself, the highest qualified of all the Rush Fender racing organizations, and the highest qualified Ford. Alongside of him will be Anthony Perkins in the 25. Pair of Dodgers in the next row. It's Leonard McCoy. Alongside this guy, his team's never won here on a plate track, but he came close here in February. It's Logan Cloud in the Loves 94. Wario in the Oscar Mayer colors will line up next to James T. Kirk. That is your top 10 starting slots. Now the rest of the entire field. Ann Wilson will line up next to Jack Nicholson, as all of a sudden all the cars are blue all of a sudden. There's Sylvester Stallone. And this guy won last time we were out on the restrictor plate track. It's Tib Foster. Bob Seger exists. He'll line up next to Ringo Starr. Then Ward Gordon will line up next to rookie Pete Townsend. Speaking of rookies, one will line up to the outside of Bob Dylan, and that's Eddie Money. There's Marty McFly, who will line up next to Mitch Hedberg, who was a runner-up here, not here, but he was a runner-up at Daytona in February. Kamikaze Games will start alongside the driver who won last time out. It's Starlight Glimmer with her third win. Knuckles. Knox will line up next to Robbie Krieger, and then John Goodman will line up next to Stephen Hawking. Rounding out the top 30 starting slots is going to be the Schumer of the Amy variety. Interesting how the lines exist. She'll line up to the outside of David Land. A fuel leak on the 91. Okay. Thank you, you told me about this.
Drivers, to your car.
This is where we were. As the drivers are strapped in waiting for the command, we get to the final 5 rows. Stephen King to the outside of Rod Stewart. The teammates, rookie Benedict Cumberbatch to the inside of the Fonz. Franklin Clinton next to Amelia Earhart. Alan Rickman next to Ferris Bueller. And Haywood Banks shotgun on the field along with Sir Topham Hatt. Now it's time for the most famous words in all of motor racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
I believe that was the same announcer last time around. I think I forgot to mention one of the rookies. Mention that they would know. It's got Pete Townsend. Engines fired. Cars rolling off. John Cleese apparently wanted to lead lap. Technically, I guess that would be -1. So when it comes to start the race, it'd be lap -0. I mean, lap 0. -0. What am I talking about? I don't know. Okay, good job, Knuckles. Oh, wow! Damage, 94%. Oh, good. Cause an accident. Why don't you?
Drivers, start.
This is where we were, Anyway, this race is being simulcast on TNT, of course, on the Tint Network and the Western, as part of the coverage of the WesternCaves Sports Network. Of course, pressing the SAP button on your remote for those Spanish audiences, because apparently this race is also available on WesternCaves TV Deportes. The Western Caves Sports Network Deportes. Yes. Apparently that's a thing. 40 cars. 40 drivers. 38 laps. So at least 2 guys won't be leading at all. Probably a lot more, because I bet you there's going to be a big crash and there'll be a caution. And somebody will end up leading like 5 laps. But legitimately, starting position means very little here. Does it mean a little bit? I guess it does. There's a big accident early if you start towards the front, especially if you're on the inside. You're probably not going to get there's a second lap accident, say. Leonard McCoy, probably the best spot to miss it. Pace car down pit road. Booking it at 81 mile an hour in a 55 mile an hour pit lane. Oh, he's dropping down. Interesting. Now he's coming to a halt. Green flag is out. We're racing. The Hot Topic 200 underway. I love that shot. As you can see, the pack foreman. Cars looking 2 wide, 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide. Probably not yet. A very organic looking race start. Oh, there's Tim Foster making some moves. You'll see him get to 4 wide, I think, really easily. We can hold that a lot longer here at Talladega than they can at Daytona. Nice wide racing. Did I say 4 wide? Because they're going 4 wide. Wario drifts up. Well, it's not a teammate, I don't think, but I do believe that's a technical. Oh, somebody is really slow. Anthony Perkins must have gotten to the wall or something. He did. Interesting split in the pack now. By the way, yeah, first lap was led by Patrick Starr. About half your pack. Welp. Oh! Car into the grass is Ward Gordon. He saves it. Sorry, was just checking. Ooh, because everybody... Something's wrong with Sir Topham. Hey, he never got into high gear, it doesn't look like. Very interesting start. This is not the usual start. As Pete Townsend has led the second lap of today's race. But now here comes Mitch Hedberg. trying to lead. Sid Foster, remember, he won back in February, but that race was a caution shortened. Not caution shortened, but it ended under yellow, is what I'm trying to say. Mitch Hedberg to the race lead now in that number 21 Reese's Chevrolet. At least give me a piece. Sylvester Stallone putting his Kleenex Winn-Dixie Pontiac to the race lead as they soar out of turn 2. See, they're going 3 wide. This pack all formed up. 35 cars. Whoa. Interesting. Oh, most crash. Now leading is Sid Foster, showing the way. But he's going to get sent up. And here comes the other Kleenex car to challenge. Wow, Sylvester Stallone, what goes from 1st to 13th in just like 2 miles. Lord Gordon bought the entire fleet of Monte Carlos off of Winston Churchill in the offseason, as now they are 4 wide behind him. Now they're 3 wide. No, they are 4 wide. This is very interesting. Cloud, I think, was hoping just to get back to the low line. Here comes Starlight Glimmer. Down to the inside. Sid Foster up high. Stuck in the middle of Cloud being the 60 car of Bob Dylan, I want to say. Oh, I heard that. Somebody scraped the outside retaining barrier. As we get back to 3 wide, but are still 4 wide now in a different part. Wonder if anybody finally get around Sir Topham Hat. Something wrong with Alan Rickman. Wheel damage. Tire damage. Beating and banging Kirk and Foster. So you can see 35 cars. Roar away from the field. Oh, another car into the wall. Benedict Cumberbatch. That safer barrier, I think, is catching a lot of people out in the tri-oval, and it's really caused a very interesting dynamic this race. 8 laps in. John Cleese was the leader that time by. He was the leader of the lap before, and before. Cleese has led the last couple of laps, but it looks like they'll come to an end. Alan Rickman finally back on track. Almost 5 laps down, though. Tooling around 171 miles an hour. Oh, I got a theory on the widest pack. Yes. Oh, it's because he got held up because Alan Rickman went to the apron. Oh, and he was being towed back. That explains a lot. So these guys have the pace. Big crash. One car nearly up and over. I think it was the 59 of Pete Townsend. They're still wrecking. Oh, Wario gets knocked over. Franklin Clinton in the wall as these guys suddenly catch up. Who's going to lead them back? It was Robbie Krieger last time by, but Wee Man leads. They're 4 wide still under. Come down under yellow. We are going to wait to see if anybody comes down pit lane before we go back and take a look at our replay. And I'm really concerned with this big butt pack. And oh, they're going to stack up, aren't they? Contact. They keep it pretty no. There we go. Here's where the mess starts happening. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So Wee Man is your current leader. Jack Nicholson is second. Robbie Krieger third. David Land fourth. Marty McFly fifth. Rod Stewart, Stephen Hawking, Stephen King, John Cleese, and Amelia Earhart. However, looking like, well, I thought everybody was going to pit for a second. Nobody in the top 17 comes in, but a lot of people are peeling down. Mitch Hedberg, Anthony Perkins, KG, and then pretty much everybody. Sylvester Stallone on back. Gaining damage. There's Wario being towed back. It was just after he ran his fastest lap of the afternoon. You see several drivers retiring from the stack up. See Tib Foster will remain in the race. John Goodman is out. Eddie Money. Leonard McCoy. Pete Townsend. I don't even remember who's in the 24. Is it Patrick Starr? Yes, I don't know how I didn't remember. Ann Wilson, Sammy Hagar, Wario, and Ward Gordon all out of the running. Leaving 30 cars in the lead lap. But before we can find out, I saw a big wreck start to unfold. Ooh. Tim Foster and Mitch Hedberg, 1-2, come down into the 18 and the 24. Foster gets, oh, there's the 38. Foster gets hooked by the 59 into the 39. 47 goes, and those are teammates. The 18. 14, you can see the 55, the 9, the 7 just have nowhere to go. 24 coming back onto the racing surface, right into the 81. The 22 gets knocked asunder. The 38 is gonna, hard lick to the side of Wario's Oscar Mayer car. And here come these guys. Oh, Wario got hit again. It was by the he got hit by the 9 and then the finishing move by Ward Gordon just popping the 22. Franklin Clinton here in the back scraped the wall to avoid, ended up actually getting the best track position out of the 4. Didn't kill his momentum. And Main 30 cars on track. We'll have one driver line up to the inside. We'll restart with, I believe, 25 laps to go. But I already went through your top... Oh, yeah, Alan Rickman now only 4 laps off pace. I went through your top 10. For a refresher, it's Wee Man, Jack Nicholson, Robbie Krieger, David Land, Marty McFly, your top 5. And Rod Stewart, Stephen Hawking, Stephen King, John Cleese, Amelia Earhart. Pole sitter Emerald is in 11. 12th place is Last Race's winner, Starlight Glimmer. Jim Kirk. He's running 13th. Knuckles is 14th. Ringo is 15th. Logan Cloud, 16th. Amy Schumer, 17th. Bob Dylan, 18th. The Fonz, 19th. Ferris Bueller in the 20th position. I'm just getting into the damaged cars here. Alan Rickman, 21st. Anthony Perkins, 27th. No, Alan Rickman is lapped and he's in last. Anthony Perkins, 21st. Mitch Hedberg, 27th. And Dylan Jacobs, a.k.a. Kamikaze Games, 23rd. Franklin Clinton, pacing without a hood, in 24th. Likewise for 25th place, Haywood Banks. And Sylvester Stallone, Sir Top Matt, Tim Foster, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Bob Seger. Alan Rickman just getting the lap 9. So when he takes the green, he'll be on the lap that everybody else was on when they took the yellow. But he's not a competitive factor. He's 4 laps down. He just needs to tool around a couple laps under green, though, and he can jump up to 31st. Pass all these people who were taken out in the massive stack up in the backstretch following the big one. He'll jump up 9 positions. That is worth 27 points in the championship. So you can see every spot matters. But it's really interesting. People yell up were the 29 to 41 and 74. Pace car pulls down pit road. 41 is in 20th. 2's in 24th. The 29 and 25th, and the 74 is in 27th. Some of them, 2 of them have no hoods from the stack up. Green flag is out, but all 4 of them are at least still in the race. Mitch Hedberg trying to find speed on the high side, but finds a wall instead. Rickman a little sluggish. Maybe he's just, no, he's actually going about as fast as the leader. He is going faster than the leader. In fact, he's hoping for a quick yellow, I think, because he's going to try and get one of his 4 laps back. Speaking of which, they are 4 wide behind them. Stephen King and David Land not giving each other any room whatsoever. Now they both clear Jack Nicholson, who was in second. Alan Rickman leading this pack, but not leading the race. Few cars now. It's really interesting. Some of these cars, like Sylvester Stallone, looks fast. Might be too far behind to catch the pack. So 20 car front pack. Well, 21 really. All the people that got held up are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21 cars in this front pack, including the lap car of Alan Rickman. Last time by at the line, it was the 20 and the 42 of Marty McFly, but now coming through the tri-oval to complete lap 15, looks like it will be Jim Kirk in the Haas Avocados from Mexico 32 Toyota Tundra. Indeed. Sylvester Stallone probably needs a caution. I think he could be competitive. Some of these guys you can see are just really slow. Haywood Banks tooling around at 160 mile an hour is going to be a liability for the pack. Logan Cloud now is being the car out in front as they come off of 4, which generally means he's not going to be the car that leads at the line, because here comes Amy Schumer. But Cloud will actually get a lap lead in the Loves Travel stop number 94. Schumer showing the way. Foster, you're one last time out in the plate track. Not a factor, but his 2 teammates are. Marty McFly already led 1 lap on this stint. Ferris Bueller, the other teammate, looking for 2nd place on the Fonz as Amy Schumer now will drop down the apron. Drop down the banking, I should say, not down to the apron, to protect the lead. Bueller trying to take a look underneath as John Cleese tries to arrow push the 41 out of the way. Amy Schumer will lead this lap. Cleese with a run with help from Stephen King in this 21 car pack. So that's just alone leads KG and Mitch Hedberg. Bob Seger easily getting past Sir Topham Hatt. Benedict Cumberbatch not having the same luck. Foster off. Clinton. Haywood Banks down to 154. Mechanical failure on the 25 car. Apparently. Hearing there is an car scraping the wall. We're hearing there's an issue on the 25, wherever that one is. Perkins out of the race. Did he break up a pack or something? No, he wasn't even on pace. Perkins, a complete non-factor. John Cleese, once again, has found him out in front. Now Amy Schumer looking to take the spot back. Alan Rickman getting up here, looking to get yet another lap back. This will... And almost assuredly in a couple laps we'll gain another 3 points. Bringing up... Oh! Hard into the wall goes the 12 and the 98, as you can see. Catching everybody out. Meanwhile, Cleese leads the front of the back. Here comes David Land in the number 6 car. Cleese has led it halfway. But David Land not to be denied in the Lowry's number 6. Or will he? Here comes Rush Fender Racing teammates Wee Man and Rod Stewart. They're hooking up on the bottom. Kirk's here. Knox is here. So is Robbie Krieger. They're 5 wide. Contact. Oh, there's another wreck in the pack. Cloud gets some damage. Didn't avoided most of it. Caution is out. How on earth can anybody see through that? I don't know why. We go on board. Go on board Sylvester Stallone. As you can see, you can't see anything. Driving blindly. And misses everything. They find a pile in or something. Oh, what is Ringo doing? Why is Ringo looking like that? He's looking at a bit. Did he spin? Oh, he just dropped down to the apron unexpectedly. Ooh, interesting pacing lines everybody's taken. Alan Rickman looks like coming in the pits. Robbie Krieger coming in. Jack Nicholson, Emerald. What is Stephen King swerving? Starlight Glimmer. Fonz. Ringo. Ferris Bueller. Amelia Earhart. Amy Schumer. All coming in. The pit ride. Oh, cars. More cars retiring. Ann Wilson out of the proceedings. Ringo Starr retires. He didn't look... Now, that was rare 5 wide. I don't think I've ever seen that in all my years. All 3 of them. Figured that was... So they're 3 wide. That's usually what happens. Let's see here. Oh, wait. They gotta wait another one. So they're 4 wide for a while here because Stephen King... Maybe they're not. 3 wide for most of the pack. Then this really interesting scenario happens. The 42 goes high, falls out of line as the 57 is attempting to make a remove. Surprisingly, none of these 5 drivers were rookies. This wreck is just very predictable. 3 squeeze. Oh, and Robbie Krieger bumps into the 17. That explains that. You can see the 5 getting involved. There's the 1 into the 42. See, did they get on the wall? 57 did. So you can see the 46 gets sent for a spin. Cloud, I think, got into the safer barrier. See, the There's where Starlight Glimmer and Ringo got some damage. And here comes 27, the 81, and the 21 with a head of steam. Oh, Lord, nearly takes out the 48. I'm going to go back green next time by, which will lead us 14 laps to go. Alan Rickman looking like he's going to pick up another 6 points. Wee Man, once again, is your race. Let me check something. Once again, Wee Man's going to get the most laps led. He's been leading to the line both caution periods. Was that last stint, though, I believe, was only a 7-lap stint. At the rate we're going, we're going to have a caution with after 5 laps in this stint. So, a caution on lap 29, 33, 1, 32, 33. And we'll go green with 5 to go, and we have a spin caution comes out with 3 to go. So we have 2 laps under. I don't know. What I'm saying is Wee Man and Rod Stewart are the top 2 guys and their teammates. Very interesting. What's also very interesting is all 3 of their teammates are on the lead lap. The 9, the 17, and the 60. Third place is Jim Kirk. I don't know if he's got any. I don't know who's going to be all fast and who's not. 4th is Knuckles. Then 5th is David Land. John Cleese, who's been another really fast car today, as you could see. He's in 6th. Marty McFly 7th. Bob Dylan is 8th. Logan Cloud 9th. And Stephen King is in 10th. Didn't Marty McFly, didn't he get turned around? Guess not. Stephen Hawking is 11th. Sylvester Stallone is 12th. Oh boy. So we know the top 11 should have pace. Stallone 12th. KG 13th. Hedberg 14th. Seeger 15th. Sir Topham had 16th. Benedict Cumberbatch, Tib Foster, Franklin Clinton, Haywood Banks, your top 20. Then Starlight Glimmer, Emerald, the Fonz, Jack Nicholson, Amy Schumer, Robbie Krieger, Ferris Bueller, the rest of your lead lap cars. Alan Rickman running 4 laps down in 30th, waiting for the green flag. It's out, 14 to go. Sylvester Stallone already trying to run up. There's something wrong with the leader! Wee Man's got a fuel leak just as they came back to green. Oh no! This is the last thing anybody expected. The slowly, I think he might be out of fuel. Meanwhile, Rickman is gonna be a sitting duck when the pack catches up to him. But if a caution comes out now, he might get a lap back. Not that he's gonna have enough time to get back on the lead lap. Wee Man's pulled it far enough off the racing surface. I don't think if he stops that will bring the yellow out, but he's almost assuredly gonna need a tow back. Knuckles gonna be in the lead here with 13 laps to go after an incredible turn of events. And some of these big guys that we thought would have pace, like KG, look like they might have it. Maybe it's because not a whole lot of these guys do have pace. That means some of these people who have slight damage might be able to keep up. There is the stop. Not quite yet. 27 miles an hour is Wee Man, trundling back. Knuckles leads. David Land is now past John Cleese for second. He's sucking up to the back bumper. Kirk in the third, underneath Cleese. Knuckles will lead. 12 laps to go. You can see a lot. You can tell who the slow cars are. Wee Man down the 16 mile an hour. He's not going to make it back. Back at the front of the pack. Jim Kirk going for second. I don't know if he's going to get there. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic. Wee Man now down to 7 miles an hour is almost absurdly going to stop. Kirk. To second now. Here comes Cleese, the top 7 cars. 8. Top 8 cars now. Looking to pull away. Plus the 5. Wow. KG with a run in 9th in that Oreo 81. Looking to get around the lap car. The 5. The 5 is going to make a very interesting move below Logan Cloud. Knuckles continues to lead. Here comes John Cleese with a look for the lead as they come to 10 laps to go. You see the Lowe's duo trying to form up on the inside line as Cloud nearly skates into the wall. It's 2 of, I believe, the 3 hat-trick cars. I believe Patrick Starr is out of the race. He is. I don't even remember what sponsor he's in, but he's not in the Lowe's car. They're going to get broken up by David Land, who's making an aggressive move. And yes, Wee Man is getting towed back. Coming to a halt midway through turn 3. Now, move. Here we go as we come to 9 laps to go. Hawking looking for second. Could he even get to the lead? Cloud looking to try and get back in the 8th place. It looks like the 81 just might not be quite as fast. I don't know. As I say this, he's closing up. Gee, Hedberg might have a chance here if they can. Look at this! Cloud with an aggressive move. Oh, I said the Lowe's cars are linking up, but gotta remember, Alan Rickman is 4 laps off the pace in 27th. He is by the Wee Man, but Cleese might be the car to beat here as they come to 8 to go. We've seen him towards the front a lot. A lot of the dominant cars, they're not up here. Amy Schumer is 6 seconds in arrears. There's your other really dominant car. Wee Man getting a tow back after a massive fuel leak. That system about half should look at. What's going to come into play potentially is this 29 car of Haywood Banks if he continues to trundle along the racing surface. 12 cars, I would say. With a shot to win this, maybe 14. top 12 are all linked up. Now, the Fonz going for the lead. 7 laps to go here at Talladega on the Hot Topic 300. Cleese is hanging strong on that outside line. Alan Rickman trying to play spoiler here. He's a lapped car. Now to the inside goes Rod Stewart. He's got a little help from the 94. Is this the potential play? 94 doesn't really have too many Dodges up here to work with. The only other ones being the 6 and the 41. And look how many Fords Rod Stewart has to work with. He's literally got no other help. The closest guy is Bob Dylan, and he's lagging behind this pack. Six laps to go. Stewart with the run to the inside. Now Cloud has been double teamed. Team, look at, there's only 3 Dodges in this pack, and they're all 3 wide. Oh, they're coming up on Haywood Banks. Franklin Clinton going to be a factor in this finish, potentially. I think Foster might be clear as they come in. Oh, Lord! Jim Kirk nearly takes out Haywood Banks. Banks is going to hold up a lot of the field. Knuckles shoots in the lead as we come to 5 laps to go. But here's the thing. Are they going to be sitting ducks? At the moment, they are pulling away, but give it a little while. Marty McFly and Bob Dylan have just been helped out. John Cleese is not. Neither is the Fonz. Come on, guys. We got to get in the line. Oh, what are you doing? Haywood Banks. There's a blue flag with a white stripe for the reason. Might have just knocked John Cleese out of contention for this race win. One of the most dominant cars. Meanwhile, Cloud making a 3-wide move for what looks to be the 6th position. They're going to catch Franklin Clinton. They might catch Tib Foster. Benedict Cumberbatch, I think, is clear. I think he's in a good spot. Coming to 4 laps to go. Kirk. Oh, they catch Franklin Clinton at the worst spot. They're going to take him 3 wide. Nux with the long way around. Will get around. Franklin Clinton's going to hold up the rest of the pack. I'd say this is a tag team move by the 2 Richard Simmons racing cars, but they have literally no one else to help except the 21, and they're holding him up too. Coming to 3 to go for Knuckles and Jim Kirk. Here we go. Here's a line forming up. Rod Stewart, Logan Cloud, KG, Marty McFly, and Bob Dylan. Now Rickman, the lap car, David Land, Hawking, Stallone. Oh, one car slow. Is this gonna be a fuel mileage race? Bob Seger is pit for no apparent reason as they come to 2 laps to go. It might be down to whoever can save enough fuel. Another wrinkle thrown into the finish of this race. Jim Kirk screams into the lead off of 4. Nobody else is pitting though. Maybe it was just a cut tire or something on the 9. Look at this! They're coming to Tim Foster, who won it last time. Now he's going to probably determine the winner here. Kirk screams into the race lead. Cloud clear the 2nd. A lot of the rest of the pack have their runs blunted, but The top two might be sitting ducks. Kirk might have the track position, but Cloud might be a complete and utter sitting duck here, and he's got no help from behind at the moment. This could be Jim Kirk's race to lose as Rod Stewart comes screaming out of 4. White flag is out for Jim Kirk. 1 lap to go. In the Hot Topic 300, Cloud looking for his first win since August and his first win on an oval. And the team's first win on a plate track. He's really closed in, but so has the 16. It's going to be Rod Stewart who makes the move. Cloud hung out to dry. Does Rod Stewart even have the power? Yeah, he does. No, he's not clear yet. He's not, not even under. Now he is. Stewart. Oh, did he not get a good enough run? Kirk is going to keep the spot coming out of 4 into the tri-oval. It's anyone's guess, but I think it's Kirk who's got it. Cleese looking for something at the end. Oh, there's almost a wreck. Jim Kirk's going to win it. Jim Kirk wins the Hot Topic 300. In typical Cloud fashion, he fades 2 spots on the last lap. Another top 10 on a plate track, top 5 on a plate track this year, but oh so close for that 94 crew. Jim Kirk finally a winner. He had never won before, and now he has. Kirk has done it. Benedict, they almost reached Benedict Cumberbatch, actually. He was just sailing into turn 1. We get to the official. Now the standings are official. 22 drivers will finish on the... Wee Man doesn't officially retire for the race. Will get credited with a finish. Ringo on back out of... Yeah, Ringo on. I was confused for a second. A very interesting day for Braun Racing. 2 of their 3 cars do not even finish. The 3rd car will be going to victory lane, however. There is your final results. See, like 14 drivers had a shot at that win. It's really interesting. With another lap, who could have possibly... Well, without lap traffic, who would have won it? Rod Stewart made a charge, couldn't quite get there. John Cleese came back from being blocked by lap traffic to finish 3rd. Had probably the car to beat. That was the 17 or the 26, but Schumer ended up 13 seconds in arrears, and Wee Man only completed 24 of the 30. He finished 14 laps down, is what I'm trying to say. Now we are... Wow. It is Sammy Hagar who will get the Heartache Award. Headache Heat Lamp Award. So now, Cloud, Star, Hedberg, Glimmer, Foster. That was your top 5 last time. Cloud betters by 1 position. By the end of this year, he'll probably be finishing Talladega. Cloud is going to... He was your points leader heading in. I didn't even realize that. He will remain your points leader. He will grow his points lead. Ferris Bueller stays second. Marty McFly jumps up to third. Tip Foster falling down to fourth. There was your points. John Cleese. A big day for John Cleese. Big day for Jim Kirk, who's towards the bottom of the points table. Still towards the bottom of the points table. That a cover match for that win. Towards the bottom of the points table. Eddie Money and Tip Foster having standout seasons. Foster being very impressive for a rookie, but this can obviously change in a heartbeat. We saw what happened to Ringo Starr and Melling a couple of years ago. That was a good race. That was probably one of the better races I've ever seen. Now, John Goodman, Stephen Hawking, Sylvester Stallone, KG, and Haywood Banks, the only drivers without laps led. Poor Haywood Banks has had pretty much no reason to be talked about all year. Doesn't have a pole. Or a top 10 with credit, or even a lap led, which at least Jack Nicholson, Sammy Hagar, and Anthony Perkins all have had. Haywood Bank, just a bunch of zeros, Banks. And yet, he's out of last by a singular point. But over 3 races out of the points lead. So is Anthony Perkins, who is last to points. Bob Dylan up to 5th in points, still over a race out of the points lead. Actually falls to under a race out of the points lead. He was within a race. In fact, the top, counting tiebreakers, the top 18. Now it's the top 4. And the top of the charts after today's race, Jim Kirk wins. Now we begin the second quarter of the season. Next weekend is a Saturday day race, I believe. It's day, or maybe it's a night race. I'm not sure. It's a Saturday day race, I believe. Yeah, the other series are day as well this time by. Melling Series will split up from the other 2 series and head to Gateway while their truck and cup counterparts head to the Richmond International Raceway. It will be at Gateway Motorsports Park. That should be a good one. The Drury in 250. We hope to see you then. For everybody here at the Western Caves Sports Network, I'm announcer Western Caves, and have a good afternoon.